There has been a potential breakthrough in the Ukraine crisis after marathon talks in Geneva. The U.S., Ukraine, Russia, and the European Union reached an agreement Thursday to ease tensions. The tentative deal calls for all sides to end the violence and provocative actions. It also called for illegal armed groups to lay down their weapons and vacate occupied buildings. Now, the deal means that further sanctions against Moscow will be put on hold for now. And for a reaction in Russia regarding the initial agreement, CCTV's Anya Ardayeva joins us live from Moscow. And Anya, what can you tell us?
Well, this agreement is certainly viewed as a diplomatic victory for Russia because, as observers here point out, this is actually the first time since the crisis in Ukraine erupted in February when Russia is being viewed as an observer in what has been happening in Ukraine, not as a side that has been participating on, or maybe partially to blame for the events that have unfolded there. Following the talks, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has called for all illegal armed groups in eastern Ukraine to be disarmed and for all illegally occupied buildings to be returned to the owners, therefore distancing the official Russia from what has been happening in recent months. And he also said that the solution to the crisis in Ukraine lies and has to be found by Ukrainians themselves, echoing the statement that was made earlier by Russia's President Vladimir Putin.
And Anya, we know that the Russian President Vladimir Putin just held his annual call-in meeting, and Edward Snowden, of all people, participated in this call. What did they talk about in regards to Ukraine?
Well, Vladimir Putin said that Russia did reserve the right to protect its citizens in eastern Ukraine and said that he was authorized to do so by the country's government. But however, he said he hoped that this would not be necessary. And during his annual call-in session with the nation, he took over 80 questions, including a pre-recorded question from the former U.S. government contractor Edward Snowden, who recorded that question in an unknown location. He asked Vladimir Putin whether Russia used surveillance to spy on its citizens, and Vladimir Putin responded by saying that all surveillance in Russia was regulated by law, but that Russia certainly used that to track down terrorist threats. And he was also asked a question about whether trust between Russia and the United States could be rebuilt, and Vladimir Putin blamed the U.S. for destroying this trust and said that mentioned an incident which happened sometime in the past decade where the current NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen, when he served as a Prime Minister of Denmark, has invited Vladimir Putin to an informal meeting and then recorded the conversation and sent it to the media. And Vladimir Putin said he was extremely disappointed by this. And certainly according to the Russian media, the NATO office in Brussels denied that report as complete nonsense. Back to you.
All right, CCTV's Anya Ardayeva live for us in Moscow.